Okay, can you hear me now? Ah, fantastic. So there's going to be two things in this patch note show. The new champ and the new event pass, which is after the Genlock one. Also, some of the skin art also kind of leaked, and surprisingly, the Sky Succubus skin is nowhere to be seen. I hope they show it off, but who knows? Maybe they decided to... Oh, thank you very much. I have you at it as well. So maybe they decided to cut the Sky skin at the very last moment. I am not sure. We'll see. Thanks. Have you played Paladins? Or given it a shot or something like that? It's actually pretty fun. I would recommend giving it a go, maybe? If you have like skills in Assassin, then you would probably do really well with Eevee, Strix, and maybe Androxus as well. Androxus uses revolver, Strix has the sniper rifle, and Eevee has the blink. The Conch Bomb is on Bomb King. And this is basically a projectile character. The axe is from Grover, but the axe works kind of differently in Paladins. In Paladins, it is kind of a straight shot, almost like a hit scan even. Not like an arced projectile like it is in Realm. Come to think of it, Bomb King's bombs have more in common with the axe in Realm than Grover's axe. Also, the leap from Warrior is from Buck. And yes, it's just as OP in the Paladins as it is in Realm. Ooh, 13 seconds. Here we go. Oh, come on.
Guys, ghouls, and everyone out there in the realm. I am Romanova, and we are here with another update show, and I am joined today by a familiar face, as you know, probably on this side, Nico.
Nico has the best puns.
We have
Hello,
a new face.
it's a pleasure, as always.
Hello.
Also, if the stream looks potato, it's their stream that looks potato.
Into the hunt to introduce, somebody not so new to high res, but newer to the Paladins team. Fish.
Yep. There's a vampire skin.
Why don't you tell everyone a little bit about you and what you do, and then we can
they usually like to do this sort of little cosplay things with patch notes shows. It's kind of entertaining, actually.
You may know me from my work on Smite.
The best one was Adanas as Tiberius. It was glorious.
the impressive shoes of Kevin Donis Meyer, I'm here to try to see what we can do and keep Paladins strong and growing, along with the excellent team that is our
This High-Res Fish guy, he's new.
Mr. Nico
He wasn't in the
and
last
Rowan.
Patch Note show.
So let him eat.
Yeah. We've been so glad to have you so far, Fish, as you know, but also to the community out there. Fish has been nothing shy but wonderful with just communication and just making sure to, also give a hand in listening to the community. So hopefully y'all out there have, a good first impression. So with that said, we can get
actually,
into
do you see the background?
And we'll go over the first
It's
couple
one of the
bugs
graveyards
coming
from Realm,
in the realm
or at
here.
least something like it.
So, just to start, I am going to talk about a hotfix coming. So, on Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern is when it should go live. There will be a separate blog with these fixes, by the way. So if you're
It's
looking
probably
at the
going
update
to be
notes
used
now,
as like
it
a
will not
title
have
screen
this
background,
in it.
like they've been doing
But
recently
there
with
will be a separate
Realm.
blog tomorrow morning with all the changes coming in the
Yep.
hotfix, which will be live tomorrow. And this will have minimal downtime. And yes, it is going to fix the Knave Trials of the Realm.
So they're
bug
basically
in it.
just using
So,
Realm assets to
you can
make
be rest
Paladins
assured
title
that
screens.
you'll be able to complete your quest and
It's something,
many more
but
things
Realm
tomorrow,
should deserve better.
champions. So, with that said, let's get into bug fixes that are coming later in this update, the Trickshot update. Bug fix number 1, we have Atlas, where the team was able to fix an issue where Atlas's unstable fisher icon. Oh my gosh, I keep saying the word fish. There's just too much fish going on right now. But, and the description we're missing, and the description we're missing from the in-game scoreboard if Atlas had that talent equipped. So seems
some
like
icons are missing.
some UI issues, which ever since we've got Cam on the team and some other folks, we've been really working away at getting some of those UI fixes, worked at. And we're going to go into the second bug fix, and I'm sure Nico can elaborate a little bit more on anything Corvus. This bug fix is for Corvus, where they fixed an issue where selecting the binding that activated Corvus' Entropic Breach while in the spawn room could lock Corvus out of using his Abyssal Reconstruction ability until he used his ultimate in the match outside of his spawn room.
I can actually take that
this one.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it, Fish.
I didn't even know that was a bug.
Yeah, so that was something that got reported from the community and went through the. We believe we have a fix in for it. You should no longer be locked out of other abilities when using your ult in the spawn.
Okay, yeah. I am happy to hear that. I always liked when Corvus gets a little love, and I believe we're going to get into that in the balance section too, a little bit of love for Corvus there. Bug fix number 3, we're just going to go over Imani. Imani, we fixed an issue where the Swift Steer card could not find if Imani used her Inferno Cannon ability while in midair.
Yeah, another bug I wasn't
feel
aware
like
of
that's
because I
something
don't
too
actually
with
play Imani.
characters who have the ability to
I guess that kind of
soar
is
or,
the problem of Paladins these days.
zip
Too many
through
champions to play.
the sky in some way, that there's always likely to be some kind of issue that can arise from that. So that's a really, I think, quality fix there. But again, folks, you can go to the update notes that are live right now and check all the bug fixes that are there. But the majority of bug fixes, if it looks like a little small for this update, a lot of bug fixes have been put into this hotfix that, again, is coming out tomorrow. And you will be able to see the notes for that hotfix in the morning to see everything that's included in there. And again, yes, the Trials of the Realm Knave bug is fixed.
Finally.
So,
yeah, a couple of the trials or
folks,
contracts, if you play Rogue, were broken.
I'm gonna
like,
let these
completely.
two design wizards here take over a little bit. We have some updates regarding the bounty store, free rewards, and a few other things before we go right into exactly what is being changed balance-wise. So, one of you would like to kind of take the floor there.
In case you don't know, which you probably don't, the bounty store is this kind of place where you can get like free skins if you watch Paladins game stream.
General updates first and then balance, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
You're
general
supposed
updates.
to get like.
Right, so we often get the feedback, hey, we stop putting out stuff, we just want the game to be better. We kind of did that. There's a lot of stuff, even if it doesn't show up on this notes, I definitely suggest you look at the full patch notes because we put in a lot of bug fixes, some of which The Bounty Store, we know that launched in a rocky state and it's kind of become a meme, but we are working to make it better. The Bounty Store has additional complexity because it involves external transfers, but we're trying to get with the hotfix, the bounty coin rewards from daily quests back in. We are trying
the daily quests were broken as well. They didn't count at all what you were doing. The Bounty Store kind of broke it.
We're bringing back a feature from the previous Bounty Store, which is limited quantities on skins. Outside of the Bounty Store, we're messing with the free rewards. Not all regions have
the limited
available,
quantity
but for
thing
those
never
who do, we are
really
extending
with
the
me.
maximum that you can earn within a day from 35 per week to 35 per day. And that's related to previous changes we made to the amount of rewards to keep that so it's reasonable for players who don't have access to it.
Okay, so this is kind of unfair because they are increasing rewards for players who are watching ads, while there are regions that don't have this option at all, like Estonia.
There's some silly ones.
So
yeah.
the people that can watch ads are inherently at an advantage.
There are other
with
ones
this
too
system.
where it's like, okay, clearly this is trying to detect something, but it's not working the way we want it to. So we did a pass to hopefully.
Yes, this is the best bug
make
fix.
it more reasonable, more.
You cannot type
intuitive,
Cassie
and
without
you can
getting.
definitely type Cassie now without getting asterisk.
Yeah.
The final one on the general
Previously, you would be able to. If you
update
wrote
on
Cassie, you would
champion
like
mastery
get
rewards.
this instead.
We have reports for a while that some of the rewards are not
And
being
this is
correctly
what it
given
filtered
when
out.
you master the champion. We believe that has been fixed.
Stupid, I know.
If your account had this in a broken state previously and is not fixed for you, please update your existing support ticket with a comment.
I know.
And we will follow up with you to try to get your accounts sorted out. But we think the issue should be solved moving forward.
Yeah, that's great news because I've definitely heard, different people having that issue with some golden, mastery rewards, and there's, tickets have been answered, but it's still, just unfortunate if you have to do that. So having this kind of, update is honestly
Something must
a
be
great
broken.
quality change there. So shout outs to the team for that. But starting with Corvus, we have some buffs coming. It looks like for Officer's Pistol
Corvus buffs.
and
Corvus is actually a pretty good healer, although a little bit forgotten this patch.
So
to Ray.
for Corvus, we are seeing a damage increase on Officer's Pistol, damage per shot going from 70 to 74. Also a slight effective range increase from 110 to 125. And then the other Corvus change we have coming out is the cooldown reduction when choosing to not teleport before the timer runs up. Is the cooldown reduction for that is being increased to
Okay, so
2
Corvus
seconds
is
from
being
last
buffed hard here.
We think that Corvus's healing numbers are fairly performing, but he could use some love in other areas. So this is what we ended up going with.
Yeah. I know that some people, probably are diehard Corvus fans out there, so I'm sure they appreciate the love. And with that being said, we also have some quality changes coming for Eevee. We have looks like a quality
Eevee hasn't
of life
gotten
change for and
much balances
buff for Over the Moon
in a while.
Any elaboration or care for making this decision?
Sure. So the blink in particular is a quality of life. We know it's very easy because of the wind-up time to get interrupted out of it, and we've cut it in half to hopefully make a significant improvement.
So Eevee
on
is being
your
buffed.
Reliability of when you start the blink, you'll be able to complete
It's something.
And then the
Eevee
Over the
didn't
Moon,
really
that
need
seemed
this
like another
buff
area where she
because
could just use a little nudge,
Eevee is actually
in the
kind of a
direction.
hard champion to
But the
play,
blink one, I think, is
and
gonna be huge.
while I say that buffs are good for hard champions to play,
And,
not with Eevee.
I'm sure
Eevee actually has a very high skill ceiling, so the really good Eevees are just gonna get even worse to deal with.
Pretty strong in the hands of a skilled player, but
And
this
that's
will
why
probably
Eevee is
help,
kind of hard to balance,
even
because
you're not
if
maybe
you're
like
starting off with
pro
Eevee,
playing the
you're
character.
going to have a really hard time
But
playing her.
Unfortunately, folks, we do have some nerfs.
But once
We
you're
have,
one of the few
first,
actual
Fernando
masters of
is getting
Eevee,
a little bit of a tone down
you are unstoppable.
on Aegis.
Plain and simple.
Aegis. So if you would like to elaborate this,
Ooh, Nando.
trusty designers.
Yeah, Fernando, pretty much with his talent across the board is getting some. Or
Yeah,
seeing
it just
some
was
nerfs.
pretty OP
so
this
we'll
patch.
see his I'm gonna call it shield juice because I call everything whatever juice. I should probably figure a different term for that. But anyway, shield juice. So the shield juice required to bring the shield up is going up from 15% to 20%. We're going to reduce the base rate of shield resource generation by about 11%. I'm not a huge fan of using percentages because they can be misinterpreted, especially with context. But for the sake of these patch notes, 11%. We are increasing the time after taking damage before the full rate of shield juice recharge will from 0.6 seconds to 0.7 seconds. And then the addition is we are adding a 1.5 second delay to before any shield resource will regenerate after your shield is completely broken. And then so pretty much across the board, Aegis nerfs. We're having a tough time with the hot man himself.
Referring to things as juice. And then we have some nerfs coming as well to Grover. Looks like Deep Roots is getting a little bit of a tone down as well.
Okay, so with Grover and Grok,
Looks
they
like
used to
his
be like
opening
the worst
throw,
healers in the game.
Currently,
Then they got some
through
pretty
the
decent
enemies,
buffs and were actually pretty okay to
and
pick.
hit will between enemies.
I'm
nearby
hoping
up to
that
3
this doesn't
times,
kill
and
Grover.
It looks like you're now toning that down where it has a lesser effect on 3 nearby enemies, slowing them down for 35% for 2 seconds. What brought about this? I know Grover's pretty strong right now, so.
He is pretty strong, and there's definitely some frustration building up, and there was a lot of value out of this single Deep Roots.
Oh, so the
we definitely need to tone it down. So
rooting effect that Grover has is now fall off.
Roots off of one ability. Now the chain is a slow instead. So hopefully that's more manageable while still offering some utility from it.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I think he's still really strong regardless. So we'll just have to see. And folks, when PTS does go live, make sure if you're not already in the Paladins Discord, to make sure you give some feedback in the PTS feedback channel if you think it's good, or even if you think maybe it's a little too harsh. People are always looking in.
Oh yeah, Paladins has a Discord server where you can put your feedback in.
Saris is getting a little bit of a tone down as well. A nerf on Mortal Reach, reducing the effects of the healing tick rate from 25% to 20%.
Okay, what is wrong with this thing?
I've been in a couple games not too long ago that, Saris, I play Saris myself, and she definitely is one of the stronger healers.
They basically nerfed Saris's healing.
Mid-level gameplay or mid-level, I don't know.
The thing with Saris is that they once nerfed Saris. Right? They once already nerfed her, and she became unplayable and needed to be buffed
I just want to
back
clarify
up.
with the Grover change.
It's weird.
The initial target
Balancing is actually kind of hard.
Taking the full effect of Crippling Throw. This is purely on the chaining effect.
Chain.
But for Saris in particular, with Mortal Reach in particular, when we shifted to the new functionality for that talent, we saw kind of an uptick in her healing effectiveness overall, along with some of the other shifts that we did for her, some of the other buffs. We've been changing some things, nerfing some things.
How is the sound? Am I too loud?
Updates
too quiet?
About specifically her survivability, and this is targeting specifically her healing effectiveness with the Mortal Reach talent. So we're just bringing that down to be slightly more in line with the rest of the support chains.
I mean, that makes total sense. But we're not going to end on another nerf here for the balance section, folks, before we get into the rest of the content. We're going to end on a buff here. Strix is going to be receiving a slight buff.
Finally, Strix, my boy, is getting buffed.
Let Design take that away to discuss.
Sure.
Yeah, they actually
Strix,
increased...
We definitely have some concerns about the champion becoming too meta. At the same time, he feels pretty irrelevant at the moment. So we wanted to give a little assistance to his primary fire in both
I like
change
this.
to his
This is fine.
As well as the pistol. The pistol is the flashier of the changes, because in addition to the recoil improvement, it's also now automatic, so you can pop more shots off without.
So
having
basically,
to,
Strix is getting an SMG instead of a pistol.
So hopefully that'll feel good.
Hopefully it feels good, players. Again, folks, before we transition to the next part, just remember when PTS does go live and you are playing, just give feedback, Sometimes there's possibility something's a little too strong, even with a small buff, or too weak with a small nerf. So make sure to give us your feedback. And with that said, we have a really big, and I mean big, like probably our biggest map update yet for visuals.
Oh yeah,
and
it's
just
the Stone
maps in
Keep
general.
update.
Coming in this update, Stone Keep. So we're gonna take it away.
They announced it several months ago, toward January or February or something like that. Oh, it looks good. It looks really good. I guess there is now a day version and a night version. This is very nice. Very nice.
Wow. So I haven't seen. I actually surprised myself by not viewing that whole video before then. I've only seen it, in game. Shout out to the video team for putting together such a great video to show off our brand new look for Stone Keep, and with day and night, which is also
there we go.
Be something
Day and night.
in the map. It'll have a daytime and a nighttime setting.
I guess it changes
before we
when
discuss
2
that,
points are captured or something like that.
Me with myself with Nico and Fish here, we do have some dev commentary from the environment artists. And with this map, so this is from them, with this map we wanted to accomplish two main goals. One, we wanted the color scheme and architecture design to obviously reflect that Stone Keep is a magistrate city. And two, we wanted to use this work to introduce a more urban environment, something we've never really put into Paladins before. We wanted this map to feel more like a bustling medieval metropolis, and we expanded on the skybox to reinforce that. The sheer cliff drop is gone, replaced with a wide swath of additional city buildings across the broad canal. We intended for this map to feel more like a small piece of as much of a larger world instead of a castle sitting alone on the top of a hill. As for the lighting, we've wanted to test multiple lighting scenarios on the maps for some time, and this seemed like a good place to start. Thanks to the city setting, we were able to integrate many sources of artificial light into the visual design, so we could continue to highlight important routes and landmarks in the dark. We're very excited to see how both versions of this updated map are received and hope you are enjoying playing. So, yeah, that's straight from our environment team, and, I know they put their hearts and souls into this, so for me, it's just great to see, and it's great to see, people probably popping off right now with how great the Stone Keep update
It really does look great.
Any comments, though, before, we get into some other fun content.
And it's
here,
not like
so.
Stone Keep wasn't great before.
I just want to
it
say
was,
that
but this is
our
amazing.
map updates are some of my favorite content updates, and Stone Keep, as it is right now, is already one of my favorite maps. But, and I'm sorry, but I have to say this: the changes, both visually and I think even a couple design tweaks, are like night and day, so to speak. Even though it's there is a night and a day new update, whatever. You get the point. It's fantastic. I'm very excited for everyone to play it. And this new Stone Keep it remains one of, if not my favorite map.
LD and the art team really knocked it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, shout out to everyone involved in the creation of this. We have very talented people on the team, and it's nice to see all these visual updates happen because we want to keep moving.
Come on. The map is great, but
with that
get to the
said,
skins, please.
We're going to go into the limited time modes just briefly, just let you know some of what's coming with those.
New ones.
The Trickshot update will feature 4 unique and 4 previously popular modes that will rotate through the patch cycle. Some quick previews of 3 to expect is 1 will be Cosmic Death, which is where Genos moves at the speed of light or as fast as time, and space will allow him. Genos only mode with extremely increased ultimate charge gain rate and blazing
That's
fast
gonna be
speed.
insane.
That is absolute chaos, but chaos can be a little fun sometimes.
These are the
ROM page,
LTMs that
all
I make
ROM, all
videos
chaos.
of every weekend.
I just in my head just picture Brahms charging, and that also is chaos. And we also
Also,
have one
this
called
is
Claws Out.
the
Pirates
last
get from
mode
a mile
they
away,
said.
come on down to Claws
This
Out,
ROM mode.
featuring all Kogos
They are
with
both
claws
all
without
only that
energy
champ mode.
drain alongside
I'm guessing they like those.
agility, cooldown, and damage. So, yeah, great job with these guys.
And yeah, this is another Koga only mode.
I think.
Don't step
Oh, go ahead.
into the light. As you, I just have a couple more I have to get. I have to get this off my chest. Okay, so run, don't step into the light and perish. Firstly, cosmic death. Secondly, do you guys know how long I've been waiting to use the word ROM page and have it be meaningful? I came up with that when we put the champion out, and finally this LTM allows us to name something ROM page. I'm happy.
ROM
Finally.
page.
Time.
Anyway, carry on.
Sure
If you don't know,
will
Rome
get
is
that
this
that
sort
was
of
you
big
doing
doom-like
anyway.
devil champion that runs around like a mad animal. So yeah,
So,
ROM
as
page.
you probably noticed, you know, we're dressed a little festive, a little spoopy.
Ooh, skins.
Out here. We have a new event pass coming, and it is, you know, kind of horror
Yeah,
themed,
this is inside the forts.
and it's called Nightfall. And as you can
Looks
guess,
good, though.
there's definitely a vampire
Rem has
skin,
some really nice looking assets in it.
involved in this.
Too bad they didn't do a lot with him.
So yeah, once we're ready, we'll get right to it, starting with the splash art of our first unlock, the instant unlock for this event pass, which is one of my favorites. Count.
Yeah, this was one of the ones that were leaked.
I
Vampire
know.
Corvus.
I mean, me and you know, our coworker that used to work here, Sadia, me and her pushed so hard to like early on, just to say like we need a Corvus skin as a vampire, and Sadia is the same person who pushed for a Merman Genos, so we definitely got more taste of what we wanted here, and I know the community also wanted the same as us, so it's a win for all of us, all around here. And I think we're gonna get our first look in game.
T-posing.
Oh, no. He's aristocratic. He may be a vampire, but I'll tell you, this skin does not suck. One of my favorite Corvus skins.
Yeah.
Looks really nice.
Really like the little horror touches there, the glow, and like it turned out.
Oh,
really
cool.
well.
There's a bridge now. This is also the
the
rework
general
map.
aesthetic and how even the gems kind of look.
Sanguine.
Sanguine indeed.
The details on the weapons really come out as well. Really happy with this.
I'm impressed when we put out champions who have, especially like foci, like the dagger that Corvus holds. Seeing what the team can do with iteration or each change or each thematic difference is part of what I love.
A bat?
Like a bat out of Stone Keep.
It kind of reminds me of Castlevania with this map and Corvus's new skin.
I love it. I love it so far. I know that.
Too bad their
we
audio is
wanna
a bit
see
low
look
for the
through
champion, so
here.
the voice lines are kind
I
of
was gonna say the ultimate.
inaudible.
Oh my
So
goodness.
dapper too.
That's a
pretty
cloud
bad.
of.
He does it
That's-
elegantly, right?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. We need to you know give like a we need to have like a donut day and send some donuts to Strixus operating the behind the scenes right now for doing that. So that was very fancy. But yeah, let's get into the voice
Oh,
pack.
you can't spawn camp anymore. They've removed the stairs, I think.
I am one of the most powerful
And the
beings
trees
in
are
this
gone.
realm, and
That's
they just keep
that's
asking me to take
unfortunate.
my
I
shadow
really like the trees.
seriously. Was that a threat? I do believe I am magnificent. Still my heart. Ah, yes, but you are cute, aren't you? Bloody spectacular. That is rather fantastic. Blood is life, and I am death.
I love it because Also, before we just one note before we end looking at Count Corvus here is the line about the shirts. I've seen, reading social all the time for our game. I've seen way too many people asking for Corvus to take his shirt off. So that one's
Oh yeah,
for
that's a meme.
y'all.
That's well.
Asking
But,
you shall
yeah.
receive.
We are
Pretty
going to go
fantastic.
into our level 12 unlock in this event pass, which is Temptress
Oh, level 12? No instrument
Sky.
unlock. Oh, this is the succubus guy.
Many of you
I guess it
kind
doesn't
of,
look like the
had,
one in
had a
Realm.
good guess with our teasers that
Aw.
we posted on social.
I was
Just
kinda hoping
kind
for
of
that.
Figuring out based on the clues and context, different shapes that were involved, and she's quite the
Hold on to your
I don't know.
souls.
yeah, she's delightfully sinful. Is I guess the
Very
polite way to put
alluring,
it.
very dangerous.
So, and with that being said, I think we're gonna go take a look at
God damn
her
it.
in game and get to see exactly, all the special effects and the voice pack too. I just voice packs.
You heard that right.
So one thing that we do great, I feel, and Corvus that we just showed is kind of an example of this, is whoever fully decides on the casting with these voice packs.
Also, this looks
has
kind of
been
abyssal.
crushed
Maeve has
on
a
this
similar
lately.
skin to this.
So
It's definitely
I
a
don't
team
know.
effort. But
Can we, like,
I love where
get to
we
the actual
reach
skin
with
now?
those. Similarly, in this art here, we're looking at like a lot of personality there, and that really helps with casting and with the characterization.
Yeah, part of the challenge.
Yep,
or,
a lot of
and
personality.
The art team is providing to the design team for the casting in a way that is both meets expectations in a way that makes the players feel like you're like, yeah, this would make sense for this character, and pushes the envelope in a new or unique or different tone or characterization or even just different phrases. So definitely a lot of fun there.
Yeah, growing our body of work while also delivering to player expectations. That is a interesting challenge, and one that I love when we rise to.
Yep. So it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulties, folks, trying to load her into the game in our dev environment right now.
I guess the
But
skin
we are
is too
gonna
hot
show
for
her
the game to
off
handle.
In game, I just believe it might have her in the lobby or character screen. So we will have that up very shortly.
This has happened before. They have
I
like
will say, if you
unable
haven't
to
had
show
chance
a
to
skin
yet to go
during
look
a
at
patch
the
note
update
show.
notes that are live,
In the Beach Pass
I am gonna
update
just
show,
say
it was
that,
the Octavia recolor, I
this
think.
is probably one of our
Not sure.
coolest event pass so far. But okay, so it looks like we are going to be able to load, but we're going to load her level 24 unlock, but we're going to go into our level 18 unlock first and show off the next Corvus
visuals.
skin in line, which is also your free unlock if you're just grinding out the event pass for the
instant
free
unlock.
track. Midnight Royal Corvus.
Yeah, this is the recolor.
He looks
They usually
sharp.
do like a skin,
Yeah.
Kind of that
You
two
know,
skins, and
Regal
I
two
vibe.
pretty good recolors
Yeah.
for event
I
passes.
Sharp
like
daggers,
my
sharp
blonde.
teeth.
The crossover event pass was kind of unique in that
I
sense.
like my blondes, but I love the gold on this and how it complements like the white clothing with the purple so much. So I think they did a really great job on this. He's just gonna look fabulous no matter which skin you choose. So, but yeah, we are gonna show you our level 24 unlock here, champions. Devilish Sky. And this is my favorite version of the kind of succubus skin that
Yeah,
he has going
Paladins
on
also
here.
had this different
think,
type of skins going on, which were
and-
like actual hell inspired. Abyssal is supposed to be this
but,
sort of lore
yeah, folks,
hell
we will
thing,
have,
but yeah, this
you
is
know,
a different. Grok has
some more
one
info
skin like
on the
this,
skin,
and Ceres has
make
one
sure
skin
to
like
check
this.
out social
And
media
Genos too, I think.
after the update show.
Yeah,
when our
Genos
artists
had
will be
the
posting different
OB68
animations
skin.
and whatnot for this. It looks like the dev end right now is having a little bit of difficulty getting the skin to load into the game right now in our dev environment. So we are... Oh! Well, they didn't tell me that.
Oh, that actually looks
Okay.
pretty good.
We are going to show it to you in the lobby.
Yes,
My goodness.
pretty good.
Sorry, folks.
We'll get this ironed out before it reaches the public. She is looking sharp. I like both versions of the art, and the models are really nailing it as well. I like the wings. I like the curve of her horns. A lot of good stuff there. Definitely one fan.
I see the resemblance, Fish.
I get that a lot. Sky and I.
Sky and I. Yeah, and you know, there is going to be a bunch of other really cool rewards on the Event Pass track, as well as the Trials of the Realm have a ton of really cool rewards coming your way. Bomb King, though, if you're a Bomb King player, we are going to be having an MVP for Bomb King that you can get in
Event Pass goodies.
Event Pass track, whereas there will be other MVPs and even emotes that you can get in the Trials of the Realm coming up as well. In the Trials of the Realm, you'll also be able to get I think it's a buck. Yeah, we have a buck emote. So buck fans out there,
Oh,
get
buck
excited
emote was determined.
and go buck wild for it. And we also have an MVP for Grok. So if you're a Grok fan out there, you'll be getting an MVP
Grok.
if you grind through the Trials of the Realm challenge.
Grok hasn't gotten a skin or a,
which is always so.
I mean,
think a
an
win
MFV pose or
in
a
general.
emote in
So
eons.
we are going to transition and show you this Bomb King MVP. Just give you a little taste of it.
Bomb King has a really interesting Easter egg hidden in his lore that I'm not sure everyone is aware of. He is the king of bombs. So,
Yes.
spoiler alert.
You heard it.
I had heard that somewhere that Bomb King is the king of bombs. It's kind of wild. Now you know.
Yeah. Now you know.
This
So, yeah,
MVP pose doesn't look
Just
anything
go
special
over a
though.
little bit of the Trials of the Realm. We will be in the Nightfall update, unlocking on September 15th the Temple Isles, going all the way with the Lunar Coast on November 3rd. And with this, some of the rewards that are the general ones are similar. You will receive, as rewards that are possible to get through it, you can receive up to 3,000 bounties from completing all the
There are bounty
quests,
coins
as well
here
as
now
you'll have a lot of
for the bounty
cool,
store. They used to not be
you
here.
know, rewards, like I've said before. But there's really unique animated sprays and 3D
Also,
prints
this
in this one.
avatar here.
So I'm just really
This
excited
is
for
one of
everyone to,
Smitecasters who
try it out,
unfortunately
have all
died.
the spooky fun.
It's
with
available in the
Halloween.
game right now.
I love Halloween. It's my favorite. So I love that we get to have a theme around this in our game yet again. But
I think
yeah.
the fans do as well. I definitely heard some community requests like, "Hey, can we get those? Can we get those seasonal themes?" Halloween is a great one.
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, even
Oh,
like
okay, this is what
even Party
other
Poopers
things
still
that the
somehow
pass
like
contains.
Halloween, right?
You get 350 crystals.
But
Wait, no.
we have more
Stream, please. Can you not dysfunction?
skins coming your way.
I'm unsure as to what is
Some of our
happening.
teasers on social. We are going to look at here is
Yeah.
kind of guess this what she's cooking up. Also, there's a gingerbread man in the background, and he looks menacing. He looks menacing.
The flying gingerbread man.
Beware.
Uh,
This is stealth on the left
there's
as
two
well.
of them actually. There's two of them.
Interesting.
I'm terrified.
The new champ from last patch is actually getting a skin
But
this soon.
yeah, I
usually do
think,
not do this.
A skin like this is very fitting. You know, we have an Eevee Witch skin, which is very fitting for her, and I think Rey, being another magical casting type character, just kind of fits the whole witch trope and is a great, addition to this. And this will be available, folks, in the spooky scary chest that will be new on September 15th.
And here we have her.
It's got a very fall palette going on with her outfit.
Oh yeah, I love I love the green fur and hair. It's very, very cute. And just to give some credit here to the team, the concept
It
was
kind
done
of
by
looks like
Thunderbrush,
the witch
character
skin
by Matt,
for Eevee.
writer was Fishman, who you see here. Rigging, shoutouts to Jisoo. Animation support, shoutouts to Caitlin. VFX, as always, Roland. Audio, Thomas. And the splash art was outsourced to Yuda Fong. Yuda Fong.
Oh, they're actually getting other artists now. Back in the day, there used to be this like
I'm really consistently
kind of big
I
scandal
personally love
where
the magic
where they used an
hands
Overwatch
thing,
background
and seeing what we do with
for a
each
Paladins
new piece of
skin
content
art.
for Ray is
Kind of an
fantastic.
oversight.
And Roland, of course,
But
killing
yeah,
on the VFX
they were
is always
forced to like
that little pumpkin
change many of
trend
the
on the left.
skin art,
And the
and
skulls
I guess they're only
bats,
now
there's a
again
lot of
branching
little
out
details
to
here.
outsourcing
Really
them.
excellent, really seasonal.
You gotta have your pumpkin buddies. Alright, you gotta bring the whole patch.
Thunderbrush used to do them after the scandal.
I guess this is a pumpkin patch.
It is indeed.
What kind of... Oh, we gotta see some of those sprays, too, when we get a chance. I know we have some. We can go up to a wall and show.
Definitely glad we
Trick or
could cut out
treat.
time in the schedule for a pumpkin patch.
Oh.
Oh yeah, there's always like new 3D sprays and stuff
So
too.
let's, yeah, let's
3D
listen
sprays
to some
are
of her
pretty good.
voice lines, give the
They
people,
like
what they
appear
want.
in the air instead of on a surface. They also have sometimes like these really nice effects as well.
Seems they made a pumpkin patch. Oh, I assure you,
I bet
I'm
Nico wrote that pun.
exactly that kind of witch. Terrific. Happy Halloween. You're the cat's meow. Just like the leaves. I guess it's your time to fall.
I think I recognize that voice actor for
I
this skin.
really like the raspiness in her voice. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's fitting and adorable.
I liked it too.
Clearly. But yeah, so folks out there as well who were looking, you know, maybe ranked isn't your thing, so you play Torvald, right? So we have a recolor of Torvald's
Another new Torvald skin
coming in
the same year. But
Revenant
this is
Torvald.
Christmas.
Yes.
And you will be able to purchase this in a chest. We will have the Snowfall chest launching on September 29th, where you will be able to purchase this, you know, buff and beautiful, younger
did not
version
expect this.
of Torvald. You know, it gives me a lot of Norse vibes, which is obviously what the skin has always gone for. So, I don't know. I like this color palette on it a lot. So we are going to go, though. One of the last skin that we teased on social, a lot of you guessed it with the Evil Undead reference. We have Dredge getting a skin. This is Bare Bones Dredge, and this skin is going to be your Bounty Store exclusive for this update.
Oh.
So folks who purchase the event pass will be able to earn bounty coins to buy this skin, but you have to own the event pass in order to get this from the bounty store. But I think this is a really fitting skin. You know, yes, Dredge is kind of already a zombie, but Skeleton Dredge.
This is even
always made
zombier
sense to
zombie
me,
then.
So I've been a fan ever since I saw the splash art for this.
Quick clarification, this skin is exclusive to the Bounty Store, similar to Shiro Maldamba in the past, but I do not believe that it is the event exclusive. I believe those are two different slots. As one, and this is exclusive, but there's a separate event exclusive, or a event skin for the Bounty Pass, if I recall correctly.
Okay, we'll just have to double check on that. Yeah.
We'll get it updated in the patch notes.
The only thing we will want to note, because we are going to bring this into game and show it off a little bit, just to see, you know, the way it looks and whatnot. It is.
There's actually way more
voice
skins
pack.
here than I
So
expected.
It is the same voice pack as default Dredge, but a completely different skin. So.
The skin looks really cool as well.
Like
I know.
only like Sky and Corvus were data mined, but
I know we have
all of
something
these were
special we're
like
working
unknown.
on, warming up for you two in the game once we get it. Okay, we're gonna go to the lobby to view the skin.
I, for one, know I get tired of all these fleshy constraints. You know, sometimes it's nice just to hatch from your flesh and just be bare bones. So this will be my main dredge.
Bare bones.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not a dredge player myself, but I would probably switch between this and Merrymaker. That would be my two main ones.
Oh yeah,
that
Dredge doesn't have many skins. I guess
This
this
bow
is
I have to pick with
one
most
for
of our
him.
champion designs. There's just too much meat on them.
Ha.
Wow.
Bone.
All right. I already knew what I signed up for with Nico, but Fish.
Wild card.
Nico's he's already enough. But yeah, we're gonna also go look at. We have a new mount coming.
Ooh, new mount.
The Sky Whale is
What the-
going to
Whale.
be.
Whale. What do we have here?
What's that? Is that a bird? A plane? No, it's a Sky Whale.
Also, my new exclusive choice is the Sky Whale.
I love those
Yeah.
happy, like, beard.
This reminds me of those whale things swimming around on
Okay.
Ascension Peak.
A pirate. Yarg! Yarg, I'm a Sky Whale. But yeah, this will be available, folks. Shiver me timbers. This will be available for those wondering as DLC. And I would like to give some shout outs to the team. Big props to Brett and Kyle for working on the new socket system to make this mount and future mounts like this possible. The concept was done by
Oh, this
Jeff.
is a new type of mount.
Character, or the model was done by Steve. And animation by
I'm
Brett,
assuming
rigging
it's
Jisoo,
it's
and
this type of
VFX
mount
by
that
Roland,
the
and splash
stupid
art
engine
is
thing
Fufang.
is in Realm, the one that's really loud.
So I
like
don't
the
know
jet
about
engine.
you, but you know,
Except it's
if
a
you're
whale.
riding into battle, nothing says I'm gonna be victorious like riding it on a giant pink whale.
I mean, I'm already intimidated. So, mission accomplished.
It's definitely bringing a lot of weight to the fight.
I like the and we said VFX with Roland. Look at the little like the like kind of water or
Yeah.
I don't know, sky effect. Yeah, it's like clouds or something. I don't know. I don't even know what to call it.
Definitely a nice little detail.
I do believe
I think it's
this
called
mount can
fog.
challenge Makoa. So we do have
Ooh,
2 golden
there's a
skins
new
as well coming this
place.
update.
Oh,
I know
okay.
that folks are going to be happy that these 2 queens are receiving some love and getting.
Oh yeah, they're still
you know,
putting
giving
golden
them some
skins in the
mastery.
game
So
as well.
Golden Inara is going to be the first one.
Golden skins are free.
Rock Mom,
If you get your jump to level
is now
50,
a golden
you
mom
have the golden
here.
skin.
I love all the spots we found for the gold, the rock fragments as well. Very cool stuff.
I do believe this is like one of our best golden skin, like in a minute. Like for me, I think it's really nice. And then the other the other champion getting a golden skin is Saris.
Ceres is one of those
So
champions
this is
that has
I
like
think
a lot
these
of
2
skins.
Are wins in their own. 2 queens of the realm getting their golden skins, so they'll be nice
I love
and
it.
shiny. in
Ceres
game
is an
as
abyssal
well.
champion, by the way.
I love the
If you're
light-dark
into
contrast
lore
of the
stuff.
gold versus the shadowy background. Very cool stuff. 2D art here.
Always. I'm always a big fan of that. But yeah, we will be right here talking about we're gonna go into some community stuff because I know you're all waiting very patiently for our new
Yeah, there's a new
champion,
champ today
Saati,
as well.
to be fully revealed to you, and we will get to her right in a second. But I would like to make an announcement and a shout out to our winners for the avatar contest. You can
Oh, that's
see
right, they had an
everyone's
avatar
Twitter link
contest.
on the update notes, but these were the ones that won. A few of them are animated, but you can't see the animation on this right now, but you are able to see it on the update notes, the paladins.com/news/
Scream and
trickshot
Roxas.
update dash notes. and you can see all the animations.
He actually has a skin like that.
But these are great. Shoutouts to every artist that had been placed in the finals. I think we have a great variety here. I think one of my favorites has to be the Willow one, or I also really like the Vatu one, the way it's animated. So
what one?
Yeah, just absolutely great job.
Oh, that's right.
There are so
this
many
one's the
entries
what
to pick
one.
from. I had to go over 400 entries before even just limiting down to like have a meeting with the team to like limit more down and more down from there. And you know, we just have so many talented, passionate artists in the community, and I love all of your work, and I love that we have that kind of passionate player base that, you know, you bring.
Yeah, if you're an artist, you
bring
can get
even
your
more
avatar in
hype
the
to
game and
round
stuff.
with your amazing artwork, folks.
Yeah,
And then
congratulations to
just
the winners, and thanks to everyone who contributed.
yeah. No, it's important because we want to keep doing these, and I think that they're a really great way to get involved if you are a fan of the game and you do, you know, have the knack for art. You know, there's always a chance, and the themes are just fun. It's always fun to do these themes, especially if maybe, you know, we don't get to do a certain theme for an event pass. We can do that theme for, you know, avatars and different, you know, content maybe in the future. So, yeah. And before we get into Saati, one more announcement is, you might have seen on social for this week in the realm that there is a Crystal Storm coming. There will be a blog going out about all the details for that tomorrow. And we are just going to remind you that that starts on the 22nd, or the 20th, and goes a couple days past that. I'm not going to completely spoil it, but blog will come out tomorrow. And
Crystal
you'll be able to
Storm
get
means you
details
can
on
get
that,
free
free
currency for
crystals,
playing
and,
normal
maybe
games.
some other things.
They do
So,
this every now and
with that
then,
being
but
said, in case you didn't see it already, we are
I
going
think this one's
to,
the only one this year.
give you
I
some
may
stats.
be forgetting something. Oh, trailer.
Look, it was 1 mark. Maybe 5. Who's counting? Love, you can't blame me for finishing jobs you can't.
Yeah, that's Sky who she's killing.
It's not you. It's me.
Okay, later. Enjoy your meal.
Man.
God, she's a badass.
What a girl boss.
Love that energy.
She's about to girl boss and gatekeep all the bounty hunters in the realm.
Gatekeep. Yes.
But yeah, I love the energy that she had, and she just turned out to be such a strong champion. I remember just the beginning designs and what she evolved into, and just the personality that shines from her alone, and also the amazing voice actress. Can we just say how amazing her voice actress sounds? Because yeah, I'm in love with it. But we're gonna look at her splash art because we haven't showed you that yet.
Huge shout out to one of our other designers, Entmoot, who did a huge amount of work on Saati. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to join us here today, but his especially with the voice pack and the casting and the direction, I think she landed in such a cool place.
And the voice actress was Lila Burzins, who did an excellent job. So shout out to her as well.
Interesting. She holds a realistic-looking gun. Well.
We are gonna
So as we
transition into game
as we
here.
end the game,
Nico, I was gonna ask you for some lore. Can you dabble
let me give
us
you
some
the
lore? Give me the
I'll
411.
give you the long and short of it. So Saati is, I don't necessarily want to like read her lore blurb, but for her, let's say the vibe is like, for her, or to you, a coin flip may be a gamble, but for her, it's an opportunity. So she is a bounty hunter, best of the best gear, best of the best skills, and what she wants, she gets. You know, the one line I really liked, I think, was, she may work for money, but she really makes her money work for her, and going the distance, so to speak, to make sure that she has the skills needed to, you know, essentially trounce
In the data
anyone
mine,
else who's coming after her marks.
there
So
were
she goes up
6
against
of
the,
these
you know, the
points
other,
here.
the realm's other
Not
bounty
8.
hunters, and especially as kind of bigger and bigger marks are being being unveiled or rampaging around the realm, if money is no object for the people who need these things dead, then Saati's the one to call.
Yeah, don't call Ghost.
Really raining.
You know, call Saati. She'll take your money
Saati.
and get the job done. and she'll look good while doing it, and she might steal your girl. But
Both true.
But yeah, Mrs. Steal Your Girl. But with that being said, one thing that I thought was really cool that I noticed that I just wanted to just compliment the designers on, I know Alex isn't here, is I know we have a character in the game named Pip, and you guys are going to get into it here with her abilities and basic moves, but the little UI that you see near her pistol, folks, is her amount of pips. And I don't know, it just seems fitting once they describe it to you, I feel. Like when I was first getting to see the character, it just made a lot of sense.
Synergy.
But yeah, let's get into her abilities though, Nico.
I think I'm going to start off on this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead, Fish.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So with her primary fire, her weapon, she's got a high caliber semi-automatic pistol with a 7-round clip, and it's so when you play around with it, it is
The gun
high
looks
risk,
out
high
of place,
reward.
to
So
be honest.
she reloads fairly frequently, and there's a pretty good gap in between her individual shots. But man, do they pack a punch! And if you're landing your basic attacks, you're really going to see an impact in those fights. 525 damage every half second. It's effective up to 60 units a week.
So basically, she's kind of an Androxus or Lex type of
Just to
character.
clarify real quick, Saati is
Damage shots too.
our newest damage champion entering the game.
Oh, damage! I thought she was gonna be flank because she was based on a flank character in the data mine.
And then you want to give us alt fire, Kevin?
I'll be damned.
Yeah, let's
This
do
is
it.
the first time
So Saati's ult fire is called Ricochet. And Saati will flip a coin into the air that travels through the air. And the cool bit is it does deal damage if you hit enemies with it, but the fun bit, the trick shot, is if you manage to shoot it before it hits the ground, it will activate. And then subsequent shots on said coin will find their way to an enemy instead, dealing damage.
That's
The coin will be
interesting.
destroyed after landing 4 shots.
I didn't
on it.
think it would actually work like
After which it
in
will
the trailer.
explode, dealing damage in an area around it. So if you manage to get that trick shot ricochet coin in the middle of multiple enemies, shoot it a few times, get some extra chip damage, and then have it explode, that is pretty fun.
She has illusions.
Yeah, so one
and
thing
this
I
ability
think to note about
consumes
this
2 of your
champion is it's definitely gonna be a more, I think, not so easy character to just right off the bat be good at. Like, this is definitely gonna take, you know, I don't even want to be a pun. I don't even think it's a pun, but like it's literally like a skill shot, you know. It's just gonna take a lot of skill.
We definitely saw players in playtests like start out, maybe struggle a little bit, and then the more
Oh,
they
these are
played,
now
the more they
stairs.
got into the
They used to be like these
options the kid offers.
big block things that you have to jump up from, but I guess theirs are better now. Because players were using
let's
them
get into
quite a bit
also
actually
her,
anyway.
ability 1,
So it can now be
last
mount
map.
traveled on the map.
So this is a movement ability. She can set off a kicking backflip, hitting enemies in a 45-unit cone in front of her for 250 damage within the range, which also sets them with a damage on over time fire.
Oh.
And it pushes her back, importantly. So she repositions backwards, and her enemies are also knocked back up to 20 units. This consumes 4 pips and is an excellent repositioning tool. With the pip system, if you are full, you can actually get off multiple of these for some pretty extreme repositioning options.
Interesting.
And when speaking about that pip system, just to clarify to people, so Saati uses this pip resource, and that means that she doesn't have traditional cooldowns. So just to be clear, if you have the pips to use an ability, you can use that ability. If you don't, you can't, but there's no cooldowns for her basic abilities.
So she's
That's
kind of
actually
like
really good
Koga,
to know.
who
And
also
for
doesn't
her,
have cooldowns.
Ability number 2, yeah, we have Dead Ringer. This is probably the funniest ability like in the game.
Yes,
so.
this one, we were interested to see how it would turn out flavor-wise, but I think it actually turned out really well. So, Deadbringer,
I agree.
You'll drop a facsimile of yourself on the battlefield. This is essentially a cardboard cutout with a big pistol. Fires 3 shots, or bursts of 3 shots that deal 150 damage every 1 second in a straight line. And
They actually
as is
made it the
tradition,
cardboard cutout.
since Saati starts with S, we had to, of course, that's not actually how it works, but, you know, we have to give her some stealth. So when you drop that decoy, you will gain a brief moment of invisibility.
Creepers was right.
Reposition. This is fun.
She does
I have
have
been
some
a couple times.
stealth
I'm pretty
ability.
good about recognizing that, but I have a couple times been tricked when people have put down the
So they're
Saati
basically
decoy, and I don't
sentries.
know where she went since I haven't bought Illuminate at that point. And then landing or dealing damage to the decoy will reveal you to Saati very briefly, and landing a killing blow on the decoy will reveal you to Saati for, I believe it's 3 seconds, and this ability consumes 4 pips, so a little bit on the more expensive side.
Yeah, I love the decoy.
Okay,
The art
she's
for it
gonna be
in
insane.
general
I
is
understand why they
hilarious
made her
because
a
it's
damage
super
character.
funny, but
A lot of
just
personality
in general,
there, too.
yeah, you know, she is, you know, a baddie, but she also clearly likes to have fun and, you know, joke around with everyone and whatnot. So, with that being said, we can get into her ultimate here, Wallbang. I think this is, when we were in our last meeting with the AOC and showed them this, they felt like this, they liked the feeling of it, so hopefully that's the vibe that you all will get when you see it here on the stream.
In case you didn't hear, also real quick, the actual decoy says voice lines. It says like bang bang, which is super fun in my opinion. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Really rubbing it in. Yep. Yeah. So
Yeah,
with the ultimate,
let's go into Wallbang.
you're gonna empower your next 3 shots, which are gonna be fired using your basic controls. Each one, it pierces through enemies. And it also can go through walls. So if you've got outlines from your team, or if you've used the reveal from the enemies attacking your decoy, you don't even have to have line of sight on them, and you can fire 3 massively powerful shots, each of which does 777 damage, like a lucky
That's kind of
slot
insane.
machine, to the unfortunate enemies who are hit by it.
And it can, I believe said this, but it can go through walls, right?
It absolutely does.
This is gonna be the character that hackers are gonna play.
An interesting counterplay is, as somebody on the opposing team, you actually do see this kind of piercing world tracer as well, so you do see it coming to some degree.
It's got travel time to it.
There's some dodge capability.
Oh, you can dodge it. Interesting.
Also, Strixus on the back end there, can you throw out that Corvus spray on the wall? I don't think we got to see it yet, and it's very important.
Oh, no spray.
Oh, no joy. Oh. We'll get that sorted out for sure.
No spray, no joy. Oh! No. Wait, no, okay. Well, you folks can see it from the thumbnail anyways, but it's important, alright? It was me, Corvus. Anyways, those who know. Let me give some shout-outs, though, before we get into a little bit deeper detail here with Saati. Her concept was originally done by Thunderbrush, abilities by 1518 Studios, character by Mike, weapon Adam,
Who is 1518 Studios?
First-person animation, Caitlin, 3P, done by Jim, emotes and lobby animation, Brett and Jacob, VFX, Roland, UI, Cam, programming, Myron and Ethan, splash art, Thunderbrush, card art, Caravan Studios, and audio by Thomas. You know, I think, you know, the team put a lot of love into this character, and, you know, I think it is one of our more unique champions, even though it is another, you know, every champion's going to have some kind of casting ability and whatnot, like, especially in a you know, hero shooter, and you gotta do something to make somebody with a gun, be more than just a character with a gun. And I think her personality shows in her kit.
Absolutely. Really happy with how this turned out. Thanks to the whole team. And again, Alex, who did a lot of the design behind this, was not able to be here today, but really brought this together. So really happy with how this turned out.
Absolutely.
As we round out, I think, our aim section, I can talk briefly about the some of the talents and such, if we want.
Yeah, that would be great, because then we'll go into her skins right after that. So let's hear a little bit about them.
So a little bit of background info. Something that we didn't mention before is she does have a little bit of a passive as it relates to the pip system. I believe it is a slightly increased fire rate while she's above 4 pips, so 5 or greater, and then a slightly increased movement speed while she's below 5, so 4 or fewer. So just something to keep in mind as you play her. Her first talent, or default talent, is called Improvised. Her decoy is now more cost-effective to use, so the Dead Ringer decoy will cost 3 pips instead of 4, and will explode if an enemy gets close enough, dealing damage to said enemies within, I believe it's a 10-unit radius. Or level 2.
This kind of reminds you of
Window of Opportunity.
what Ying used to be in like Closed Alpha. Ying currently is a healer, but they used to be a damage character. Kind of like this with illusions that shot the enemies and stuff.
Heads or tails. Ricocheted shots from the coin deal increased damage. So sorry, Strixus, I'm speedrunning these talents for you. Ricocheted shots deal 200% more damage to shields, reveal enemies for 1 second, and heal Saati for 125 HP. And as Strixus catches up here through my speedrun, my fault, friend, we will have rounded out our Saati showcase.
Yep.
Absolutely, and we have some skins, as always, with every new champion on release. We're going to start out, though, with her Season Pass 2021 skin.
Oh, let's see.
Which, these are always fun ones, right? Like, Ray had a really cute one. Vatu, yep, and there it is, iced out. Saati is no
looks kind of cool, but
to,
yeah, the gun still, not doing it for me. Looks kind of Rogue Company-ish.
In the room on her when she walks in, right? So she's sure to catch some eyes. I love the removal of the jacket, and I like this color palette too on her. Like it's just like a nice ivory, super clean. Hopefully she doesn't get any blood on her shirt. From all these bounty kills.
Yeah, pain to wash out, but she does her job in style.
She can definitely afford it with all the bounties she's collected.
Oh, for sure. And that skin, by the way, folks, is the one for the Season Pass, so only to the Season Pass for the Iced Out, and it is limited. This skin, though, is Hot Shot, which is available for Crystal Purchase or 60,000 gold, and if you do have the Season Pass, this will also be automatically unlocked for you as well. And I one thing I really like about these skins is the kind of fire theme, almost like we're going for with a lot of these. Like Ray had hers where I guess because of the cuteness factor of Ray, like hers looked more like autumn harvesty. I think it literally is called Harvest, but Saati's here, it's red hot. And we are also going to be giving her a golden skin, which you can obtain by reaching Mastery level 50. And I love the placing of the gold on the padding texture on her jacket. I think it's really fun. So yeah, I also love silver hair. I know she kind of default has like a silver hair, but it's always nice to see, and hopefully everyone's enjoyed so far a lot of everything that's gone into not just the creation of Saati, but even teasing her. This was a fun one to I have the whole Evil Mojo team wanting to potentially get coins, like we sent out to our influencers that got the coins with Karn and Valera on them, and it was just fun because it had to do with her kit, and people were kind of theory crafting, trying to figure out why is there this coin, And also on top of that, we had the teasers on social, which we did give you a look a little bit more into her right away. But I hope that you've enjoyed this so far. I hope that, you know, we've had a good time. I surely did. I love getting to, you know,
Same.
join you folks every 2 months. Yeah, Fish, how was your first update show, you know, in summary here? We made you put on the succubus horns, you know. Now that Kevin's gone, we still have to dress up, you know, our
Absolutely.
designers, but we won't maybe embarrass you as much as I've embarrassed Kevin in the past when I made him Tiberius, so...
Don't make promises you can't keep. This has been a
Unfortunately,
blast.
Team
Thanks everyone
Satanas
for
is
tuning in,
not
and
with
I
Paladins
hope you
anymore.
enjoy what we've delivered this patch. Definitely let us know because we want to hear your feelings. But I have had a great time.
I think it went swimmingly.
Wow.
Get it? Because he's
All right. With that said, folks, thank you for joining us. And until next time, you know, we'll see you in the realm. Thank you.
Okay, that seems to be the end of that. I'm gonna quickly see if they have the patch notes available. I'm gonna switch the layout here real quick. Okay. Yeah, here are the update notes. Let's see what else interesting is in this. Fuck you. Yeah, I really thought she was gonna be like flank, not damage. Okay, I guess you're wrong. Okay, these are the emotes. Coin one and the gun one. They said there's gonna be like a Buck MVP pose as well, but there's only like Bomb King one here. Interesting. Ooh, I like this TV one. It's neat. Grok's MVP pose is actually kind of cool. Oh, and Buck emote. Okay. Oh, this is a DLC thing. It's kind of like a mount pack, I think, again. Like they did with Realm mounts. Yeah, this is a new type of mount. I could say that this is like one of the speeder mounts from Realm. Ah, crap, you can't see it. Yeah, there we go. So, where was I? I like this 3D spray. It's pretty good. I don't understand this egg one. Maybe it's like sky hatching. This one is cool, and this one is creepy. And there's a new death card, which nobody gives a fuck about. The Grok MVP pose is pretty good, and Bugsy mod, let's see. Yeah, it's kinda boring. I was hoping a little bit more. Yeah, as for this mount thing, this reeks of Realm Royale, even if it's not actually in Realm. There is this speeder type of mount, different speeder mount, that functions very similarly to this. It's the one that was in the discount pack thing. Pride avatars and stuff. Oh, here's the community avatars as well. Spooky Scary chest. Snowfall chest. Oh, playtime chest. Oh, there's nothing new in here. Just like toy skins. I wonder how this is gonna work. Like, they say that they want this to feel like real world, so they added like day-night cycles and stuff, but they didn't tell how it's gonna function. Like, do you capture a point? Do you capture 2 points? Does it change on a timer? Or if it changes at all, it's like 2 different maps. One is on day, another is on night. Here's the balancing. Not too much balancing in this one. They usually do big balance things at the beginning or the end of like seasons when. Yeah. Oh. And that's the Patch Notes show. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Hopefully not in a fucking month.